Wait, don't
Yes,
start the
yes,
recording yet!
yes,
Ah!
yes. And so he
Heiny.
dies, just as he lived.
Heiny.
Consequences of his hubris.
My hubris has so many consequences.
I know, it's crazy. You think it would stop, but it never does. You keep running face first into them, like you just want it.
Every day, it's my hubris that consequence.
I know. That's like I said, it's amazing. It should be studied, and it is. By me as I laugh at you and your misery. Ha 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 ha.
Good
Okay,
lord.
hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to this, whatever this is called, and whatever this is, and whatever we're doing here today.
They're the dragons. They're in dungeons.
Very few
Dungeon-y.
dragons in this dungeon.
Yeah,
Also,
There's-
dragons.
There's an adequate
How do you
number of dragons. I guess we haven't seen a dragon. I mean, we've seen some dragon adjacent things.
We've seen a dragon once.
The dragon is a metaphor.
We saw it when we were passing between Alteraam and the farming village. It was in the distance. We weren't very close to it.
You didn't even hear it. You didn't even see it.
It was there.
I swear to God.
Believe me.
The dragon is a
Ron?
metaphor.
Source, trust me, bro.
Don't trust this man.
It's true though.
You better
It's
watch
not.
him and his hubris.
They'll start going crazy.
You don't remember when I climbed up that tree? Old perception.
Yeah, and you saw Tengu. You didn't see a dragon.
No, that was a different time. The other time was when we were looking and we saw the alligator men.
Alligator men are dragon adjacent.
You guys forget. I remember. It was in fact a dragon adjacent, considering it would be dragon parallel.
I am very forgetful. It's entirely possible I forgot.
We'll go back
That's
to that
right.
episode.
Now whose hubris is showing?
Not mine. I'm fully aware of my hubris. Anyway.
That's what
Okay.
someone would say if they were about to have their hubris consequence.
You're right. You're right. I'm just gonna. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. I'm just.
Oh
Seems
man,
like
me
there's-
again.
There's a
Oh, man,
lot.
Don't do it.
Hold on. I'm just gonna. Hold on. I'm just. I'm just.
Oh no.
I'm just. Hold on, I'm just gonna.
Uh-oh, not the
I'm
clock.
just gonna do this.
Not the clock.
Oh dear.
Oh, I didn't know my hubris was that red.
Well, after your Elden String, I thought it was appropriate.
I was doing fine.
I don't believe you. Anywho, last time, you all had investigated the Order of Last Towers HQ. You met some interesting people. You read some books. You fumbled through some bags. You had some conversations. You found out this guy. You found out that Natul is extremely old, as
Yeah.
we've said multiple times. As he has said multiple times. But old enough to have been there when the world got fucked.
Old as fuck.
Old as fuck, but did not elaborate very much.
Kind of a dick
Otto
move.
learned some things. Learned that the central main automatons, the Warforged, or what have you, had 2 or 3 rather big forms, big robots that controlled the other robots, which who had destroyed the civilization after it was already kind of fucked from the Cladis, and just further fucked it to like non-existence. But not too bad apparently, because you're still all here. There's still a story going, so clearly it wasn't a complete fuck.
Maybe they're exaggerating.
It's possible. You don't know. As Atul said, he wasn't really outside at the time. But you all decided, it's like, well, if they're still around and they're not killing us all, if they're still awake, then maybe we can go talk to them. And then Otto can figure out some things about themselves. And also, maybe find some way to deal with the Gladys via, big killer robot man. Wei had decided to stay and help investigate why the fuck he has a key to a very dangerous place, a very old place. So he stayed and is now going to leave Alden to go investigate that. So you will not see him ever again.
Oh,
That's sad.
I don't know.
I'm gonna cry.
Good. I want you to cry.
I'm crying.
Good. I love it. Put your tears in this bowl so I can drink it.
this is
Fuck.
getting weird.
I'm weird. I'm loopy. But you all decided to head to see one of these control units that is President Zhao, at least according to Tool, and what he believes. Which is going to move us to a different map. So here we are.
My God,
Here,
a
now,
different
here's
map.
They also
Oh,
let the bugs out of their heads, and they saw some weird shit.
Oh, that's true. They
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the Emperor of Moros heading to Zhao. And maybe he's already in Zhao? It was unclear.
he took over Princess or Empress Hotaru's castle, and by extension, the rest of her lands. So if he's not present now, he will be in the very near future to declare, that they've been conquered.
Well, he didn't. It was her rival in Zhao. This is the Emperor of Moros, who's a different figure.
Yeah, I've confused Emperor with King California role.
There can be multiple emperors.
But there is an empty castle now, and if he takes up residence in Hotaru's place, it's a pretty good indication that they are allies.
That's true, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Adam saw some kind of celebration.
A parade. A big-ass
Yes.
parade.
Big ass parade.
And
Somewhere.
Lyle
Not
saw
clear.
a boat. A fancy boat that he recognized.
Sure did.
Sure did. That's probably stuck in your head a bit as you all are preparing to leave the HQ. Effectively, you were given directions. You're going to the capital of Zavkan, or not Zavkan. That's the mountain range in the general area. I haven't. Kamal, you're heading to the capital of Kamal. There we go. I got there. Shut up.
You got it.
I'm smart. Don't laugh at me.
I believe in you.
Be
Which
scared of belief.
I am scared of belief. It never works out in my favor. In the capital will be called. Let's see. From this list of names, I have not picked a name. I'm going to pick a name now. Haskat. That's going to be the name.
House
Put
cut.
it down for us.
House cat.
I'm putting
House.
How's
cat.
that?
House cat.
I hate this. I hate everything. I'm so hate and rage. Why does it never end? It's ceaseless.
And that's the capital of the Zavkan
That's-
mountain region.
Of Kamal, yes.
Put them all.
Zavkan is kind of more refers to this mountain range and this desert, basically. This valley, I guess you could call it. It is surrounded by fucking mountains. I'm grabbing a token to mark where on this map that is. Hold on, everyone chill. Everyone
chilling.
don't panic.
1 second.
I am.
I want to take a quick pause real quick. Ed, are you in the game?
He's not.
I may have
Jordan, where are
forgot
you?
to open the thing. Hold on.
Do you remember we're playing
Yeah,
D&D?
here. Stop looking off.
You're good.
Majay, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think with all the shenanigans that happened, I would have gotten enough rest to recover 1 HP.
No. Yes.
Fuck.
No, you have 1 HP. You're fine.
I think that
Yes.
he should have permanent 1 less HP because
Fuck.
of surgical scars.
That's mean.
Hate it here. Housecat.
Okay, so it's like right there at the top of the river near the mountain range. That's where it is. Unfortunately, you cannot travel the mountain range to get there, so you're gonna have to cross the fucking desert.
That
Okay.
sounds like it sucks.
Well, these sorts of things do tend to suck.
So we are here, right? Here
You
adjacent.
Are, yes. Yes, you are that little wreath crown in the dead center of that crater.
So we're gonna be a minute.
And that's where the
And-
last tower headquarters is?
Yep.
So which way are we going? Are we going this way, or are we going this way, or are we going this way through the mountains?
Well, you're directed toward a tunnel system that heads out this way.
Okay.
It's out there. So you're not. It's
Secret
not
tunnel?
Secret
mountains?
tunnel.
sure. It's a secret tunnel. It is kept guarded because it does lead into this no man's land that no one is supposed to be allowed to go to. So it is watched, but you are given passage because you are ostensibly
Wait a minute.
semi-members of the last tower.
I got a question.
Why? I
Why
have a
is-
question.
Why is the capital of Housecat built in the middle of a no man's land? Doesn't that sound counterproductive?
No, the last tower is the no man's land. That's in a desert.
Okay. I understand now.
Because the last tower's headquarters is in a nuked crater
I see.
that no one is allowed in because they don't want anyone there because they don't want anyone near that thing that's in there. It's
Gotcha.
bad. It's bad juju.
Yeah. Once again, blame
Alright.
LCX.
Is there any large creatures that may live within these tunnels that could pose a threat, such as overgrown badger moles?
Or, like, say, a dragon?
Yes, there's a dragon. He gives you tea. He's very nice.
I like him.
Are there?
Okay.
are there
Aaron, what was your question?
Aaron, what is your question?
Why isn't the old man just teleporting us there?
You're right. What a dick.
Ed's
He
internet
said he
died.
would. Didn't
You
he
can't
put-
walk through the
you can't-
tunnels?
You can't just put Majay on the spot like that, Aaron.
Look, Majay prepared us badger moles in the tunnel, right, Majay? That's why we're not being teleported directly there, because he wants us to find the badger moles, don't
He
you?
used up too much power operating on our brains.
He teleports you into the chamber that has the Cladis in it. You are now stuck in the chamber with the Cladis. It will now eat your flesh.
I hate it here.
Alright, GG's everybody. Majay D&D, we TPK'd at the end. Who would have thought?
That end.
Who was surprised?
I'm not surprised at all.
Okay,
Big
well,
badger mole.
Teleported to the Lavos room.
Big bed, better mole. Earth bends, a
He
tunnel.
teleports you through the tunnels so you're outside the mountain range. He does not have the capacity to teleport to Hascat. Also because, well, he tells you because they would not respond kindly to him in particular showing up at random there.
Ooh.
He's not allowed there. He did something bad.
he's warped into Housecat one too many times. Got into a little too much trouble.
He sure did.
Okay.
I am
Should at
back.
least get us close so we don't have to trek through the desert and maybe die.
No.
He gives you means to traverse the desert, which is a sick cart that can slide on the sand, and big animals that will travel across.
Badger moles.
Serpentine. No, they're serpentine. Fine, they're
Oh.
badger moles.
Wonder lizards.
Jesus Christ.
No, bring back the wonder. No
It
sand
only-
crawlers.
It only took me asking like 10 times.
I hate it here.
You hate it here. Fuck you.
Okay, so let's set the stage. We have been guided successfully through the mountain range. We are now in the desert. We have a cart pulled by some indistinguishable creatures.
Badger moles, I guess.
Yes.
I really didn't have any. I had thought they were serpentine creatures that glide through the sands, but I guess fuck me, I guess.
Wonder lizards, please.
No, no lizard now.
We're having fun together, aren't we?
Bring back the sand crawlers. The spider camels.
Don't want spider camel.
I don't want spider camels.
I didn't like those.
Oh, you don't, huh?
Manger.
No.
So,
Okay.
we're traveling.
Okay,
Here, hold on. There we go.
How many
Trying to
days?
focus, I swear.
How many days of travel will it take us to reach from the ends of the tunnels to the Hasket?
house cat.
Take you like 2 days, 3 days, 2-3 days,
Okay.
because you do not travel at night because it gets unbearably fucking cold.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. So you have to stop and rest as soon as the sun starts going down, and it's hot. So you're all given desert gear, so you don't fucking die, except
Ooh.
Otto, who is fine.
Do I have a sick turban?
You sure
The
fucking
sand's
do, my
getting-
man.
Hell
My
yes.
sand's getting all in me, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's really upset about it.
She's very upset about it. She already to clean all the goddamn food out of your fucking throat. Your systems.
Yeah, all
It's
the
very
fucking
annoying.
all the fucking maple syrup in there is not helping the sand situation.
It's getting stuck. It's very bad. It's not great. And when she didn't catch some of the syrup, it got sand in it. So now she found it. Now you creak when you move. But these deserts are large and imposing, covered in dunes and a golden sand. Every so often, you'll see another cart passing by, gliding on the sands, being pulled by similar creatures. Some people are riding camels as they pass across the desert. Everyone keeps their distance from you, though, as you travel. You don't get the sense that people like to deal with people that they don't know anything about. Kind of keep to themselves. It's kind of the vibe you get.
Are we seeing mostly the Zaphon?
Yes, it's mostly Zaphon out here. People with horns, a lot of turbans, a lot of jewelry on those horns.
Giron.
Hmm.
Zaphawn's a person. Giron is goat people.
That's what I meant. Thank you.
Oh. Yep.
Onward to House Cat.
Hell yes.
You see people, some people don't even bother with animals or horses. Some people are just gliding on the sand.
Like
Fuck
with
yeah.
their bellies.
No, with their feet, because they can do that.
Sand magic.
Huh.
People can manipulate the sands. This is why they live in the desert. 'Cause they can stay here, and then no one else can, because fuck the desert.
Fair.
Hmm.
Sand magic is just more specific earth magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Correct.
cool that they've adapted.
Oh. Nope. Nope. Hold on. That'll work. Here, enjoy some desert noise.
Oh.
As you progress through your first and second day without much trouble, beyond like seeing some people pass by, you do see some animals. that you keep your distance from, because some of them are quite large as they crest through over the sand, barely exiting from the dunes and before returning back down into the sand, never quite fully seeing their entire appearance. Just that
Sand,
they are very big.
sand dolphins. I
Sure,
knew,
sand
I
dolphins.
knew they were real.
Sure, sand dolphins.
Sand dolphins.
hmm
Or sand sharks.
No, those are coming next.
Oh, oh no.
Don't
Okay, hang on.
pretend I didn't hear that.
As you begin your third day of travel, Hascat, you know from your map that you were given, will be close by, or at least nearby. You come across a large skeletal, almost structure. It's quite large. It's enough that you could easily take shelter in it. It's about that big. You could all camp in there comfortably
When you
if you
say
didn't already camp.
when you say skeletal structure, do you mean like it's made out of bones?
It's not made of bones. It's a skeleton that could effectively be a structure in its scale.
Oh,
Very
dead
big
giant.
remains.
Very big,
Is it-
scary remains.
Can
Is
I
it
try and
real
raise the
bone?
dead?
No, please.
Shit.
You don't think you could raise this particular skeleton?
Oh,
Might I
Big.
use my knowledge of beasts and things to determine what sort of thing it used to be?
Sure, you could try. Would you like to spout lore?
Yeah.
Do it then, coward.
But five.
Well, you don't. You have never been in a desert before, so I guess it makes sense. You wouldn't know what the fuck that is.
But Mage, would I know what that is?
I'm gonna look over at Adam and point to the giant skeleton. You ever see a dragon this big?
You could roll live if you want.
Dragon?
Uh-oh.
Gazelle, it
You
does
said
sort of look like a dragon.
the D word.
I want to tell if it's real bone or a rock.
That's easy enough to tell. It is. You can get near it without much trouble, and it definitely looks like real bone.
Okay.
can I tell how long it's been dead? Whatever it is?
From the amount of sand that some of it's under, it's been here a while, quite a while. It's just bones, more fossil than like a carcass.
Gazelle carcass.
You rolled an 8, Lyle. You have heard of creatures like this being found in terms of like their skeletons in the desert that you're nearby, from where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quite as large as this one, perhaps, but close. It's definitely not a skeleton you're familiar with in any means,
Sure.
but you've
What would
seen
they
some
call
scale.
creatures like this?
Well, indeed. What would they call these things?
A behemoth, a leviathan, a big boy.
A big boy.
Dragon!
Well, let me just put you on this map so you can see. Hold on.
Gazelle wants to punch it.
As big.
Ooh.
It is quite big. Quite big indeed.
I know what that is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, you don't, because you rolled a 5.
It looks like an elephant.
Gazelle's gonna punch it.
Alright. You punch it, and you crack it a little.
Ha! Take that.
It cracks in defeat as you punch the bones.
Lyle is just gonna look over at Gazelle as he's like punching the structure that the rest of them are considering making shelter in, and is like, Oh man, what are you doing? Why are you like? Oh, I know better than to question half the stuff you do, but like this is like our shelter.
I'm asserting dominance.
Oh, over what? For why?
Well, you never know.
if
It could
it's gonna
wake
get
up.
back up.
Don't encourage him.
I
It's
wonder.
already dead, though.
I wonder if
Hey,
maybe.
it's a skeleton. We just
I
saw
want-
a walking skeleton.
I wonder if the Gladys would be able to reanimate such a long dead skeleton. I wonder if would have the capacity to bring that back to life.
Well, I have no character here who can answer that question, so I don't have to answer.
Stop putting ideas in his head.
I'm merely posing a question out loud to the group.
Lyle
really would
merely
like to help
says,
that.
"I sure hope not."
I mean, it would be easier to destroy than a creature of, that has flesh on it. We could see where it was inside the bones more easily.
I guess that's true.
All the same, no thanks.
We definitely wouldn't be able to. It definitely wouldn't be able to hide what it is. Because we would see that instantly, be on guard.
So does Lyle know what the thing is, or just that like
Well,
things like this exists?
I mean, it could be a kind of dragon. You don't know the specific species, but it could be a dragon. It could be a dinosaur. You definitely know of dinosaurs, if that's what you're asking.
damn.
They have dinosaurs in Moros, where Lyle is from?
Bones, at least.
Interesting.
Lyle's just going to look over the skeleton, and he's not going to say much, but he is looking at it with a smile, and he's going to say, "It's been a long time since I've seen something like this. It's a little
One of
strange,
these
something so terrifying, but it's somehow, how do I say, comforting."
This giant thing is comforting?
Yeah, these,
I mean, it's
you never heard of it? These creatures, they're, like, they're desert guardians.
Desert guardians.
They were. Guess they're not guarding much now, but,
What is there to guard in a desert? There's plenty of sand for all.
Is it possible that Adam may have heard of such a creature from like tales from the other villagers or other like tribes of their travels?
give me a spout lore.
Sure.
Just
Okay.
not.
Again, you don't know specifics. I mean, you come from a land of hunters, so you do know of like larger creatures, but you don't. This doesn't look familiar to you in terms of like something recognizable. You've only seen, of dragons. This could be a dragon. You're not sure. I mean, it
Okay.
looks kind of like a dragon, kinda. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of it left, but there's enough that you could hide under it if you wanted, or take some shelter. It's very large.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit under the shade of one of its ribs and drink from my canteen.
Its big skeleton head, its ribs, its spine all provide adequate shelter and shade from the heat. And you do hear the wind starting to blow, so it does seem like there might be some bad weather on the way.
We're gonna hunker down inside of a skeleton. for this upcoming dust storm, by the way it sounds.
Hell yeah.
Well, maybe we should try and, like, cover up the skull then. Maybe we can make a sort of protective tent out of the carcass.
You got any tarps on that cart?
Yeah, you have tarps in that cart. Carps in that tart.
He's like, I suppose we could probably nail down some tarps over the eye holes, nose holes.
That might be a good move.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
All right. So you pull the tarp from the cart, and you drape it over the big holes in the back of the skull here. You had to use some smaller blankets. There's probably a smaller tarp to replace that one, or like another tarp to replace that one. So you have enough to cover the eyes and nose. It would kind of let light and sand through. You're able to create a good enough shelter from the elements, and it does seem like a sandstorm is beginning to blow through.
What time of the day is it now?
It's like probably like 10 in the morning, maybe 11.
Mm.
Early.
Well, we might lose out on some days' travel, but sandstorm would probably really wreck us, so I think we're hunkering down.
You know what? I think I'm okay with us just taking it easy, taking things slow. You know, for once, we're not actively being hunted to be murdered. We don't have any brain parasites wriggling around our skulls. You know, I feel like I got a new lease on life. This is pretty good.
You're good. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Would Adam and Lyle have told the party of what they had seen?
I mean, that's up to you guys.
Would
Maybe
do that.
while we're all huddled inside the skull, you can decide.
Well, I don't know. He didn't say shit.
Okay, well, if Lyle didn't say shit, Adam's gonna say something to Lyle.
Okay.
Hey, Lyle?
What can I do for you, my good friend?
When they took that thing out of your head, did you see anything weird?
Lyle's gonna choke on the sip of his water, like. Weird how?
Like, you were somewhere that we hadn't been?
Like a dream? Might have
I
had
don't
a
know,
dream.
maybe, but I mean, at least for me, it was like I was at a parade or something.
A parade, huh? That's interesting. You dream of parades often?
Not really.
Do you like
At
parades?
least not ones in the middle of. At least not ones somewhere in Zhao. At least that's what it looked like. Buildings looked a little more like ones we've seen more recently.
A parade in Zhao, huh?
What's a parade?
No, it's like when people celebrate in the streets and they walk down the road with, you know, they dance and they dress up and they throw candy at children and, you know, stuff like that. You know,
that's
right?
pretty much what it was.
Yeah, it's a celebration. Like, you know, they do it at the start of the new year, or they do it usually to celebrate the founding of a country or a leader's birthday, things like that.
Did you recognize where it was, Adam? It wasn't in Hotaru's town, was it?
It was a little fuzzy for me. It jumped around a bit. It was like I was in a few different places.
But so we hear about our dear princess losing her kingdom, and you suddenly dreaming about the other guy's coronation. Come on, it's a little rude. Should be more sensitive.
Adam just kind of puts his arms up like, come on, you saw something. You had it worse than I did.
Nah, I might have had a dream.
Go on. What'd you see? Might be important.
Pretty girls. That's what I dream about. It was nothing. It was a weird dream.
Yeah, I feel like you're lying.
Lyle's gonna put his hand over his heart and like gasp, like, "Birdie, lie me, come on."
Gazelle
Really?
glances sideways over at Tori and just says, "I mean, isn't he always?"
See, I'm not the only one who knows, too.
It's just a
Why
dream.
would he lie about a
It'd be
dream?
weirder if he was telling the truth.
What's up, kid?
Why would he lie about a dream?
Oh,
That's a good question.
why would you lie about a dream?
Maybe it was really, really dirty and there are ladies present. Did you ever think of that?
There's ladies present? Where?
Wow. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
You were
You
getting
were-
brain surgery and having a wet dream at the same time?
I mean, would you find that to be unbelievable?
I just feel like you just got even weirder than I already think you are.
Lyle just shrugs, takes another sip from his canteen.
Adam just kind of rolls his eyes. Well, if you don't want to say anything, fine. But it seemed odd given what we've been through that I would see something like that. Weird coincidence, I suppose.
I suppose so. I mean, in the case of old Oddball here, his dream, I understand that's significant, that's weird. But like operating table dreams, they could have just been the, I don't know, drug, spell, whatever they did. They might have just hit me on the head with a mallet. It's kind of fuzzy, frankly. Whatever I did worked. I don't remember anything.
I wonder, how many more life-threatening situations do we all have to go through together before you open up to us and begin to trust us?
At least 3, I imagine.
Three's a good number.
Oh, whatever.
What do
Keep
you...
your secrets.
Well, on that note, were you ever going to tell us that you were from Muros?
Who says I'm from Muros? That's weird.
Pretty much everyone we talked to, Hotaru, Egi, Natul, they all recognized you as Morosium right away. So what's your connection there?
I might have lived there for a little while.
I mean, it certainly explains why he's racist.
I'm not that racist. I think I'm pretty accepting of the good races. What? Why is everybody looking at me like that?
The owl's gonna fly down and get right up in your face and be like, "What do you know about their rulers? Their
Ah!
motives?"
Why is Owl talking? Since we're gonna do that, wait, that's right, it did that. What? I think the goblin has some explaining to do, actually. Why is the owl talking?
Could you all arrange yourselves how you're sitting in this skull, please?
I'm just gonna be in the corner of this nook in the cheekbone.
I can't move, Mom.
I have a question.
I got it. Where do you want Mom to be? Right next to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yes.
Where is the stone?
Which stone?
The seeing stone.
Unless, did you hand it over? I assume you still had it.
I think we still have it. I just
No.
don't remember after the last time I used it because I kind of got, communications jammed and then teleported.
You sure
guess
did. You still have it.
I guess
We
you
still
probably
have
still
it.
have it.
Good. Alright, I wanted to make sure that what's-his-name didn't take it or something like that.
No, he wouldn't have taken it unless you gave it to him.
The tool just goes yoink.
I thought you gave it to Lyle, didn't you?
That was
I
wild.
remember thinking that was pretty dumb, but it might be irrelevant, no?
It was...
I think that was before. That was prior, I think.
Wasn't that before the boss battle?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
'Cause it was definitely Tori trying to use it that made the tool go nope.
As far as I'm aware, unless anybody else has it in their inventory, I have it. So,
I guess you
Just
have it.
wasn't sure. Carry on.
Okay, anyway, Lyle's gonna look around at everybody while the owl is in his face interrogating him. He's gonna be like, hey, I think we should all be questioning the goblin about the owl. What do you guys say?
Don't deflect, you donkey teeth fuck! Screams the owl.
No!
Just starts laughing.
Lyle's gonna feel at his front teeth, like, hey.
I mean, for
God
what
chuckles.
Napano's been pretty open about where they and their owl have been.
Um,
Why are you gonna talk like them?
But I
But-
mean,
Oh,
I don't remember the owl talking, though. That's kind of a new development. For me, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. I'd buy that, honestly. Sorry, what? Can I help you? Ethereal glowing bird?
You're trying to deflect from the questions. Tell us what your connection is.
I
Moros. What are,
I
the
live-
rulers? What are their motives?
I can't tell you what their motives are. I don't know any more than you do. The ruler, they have an emperor. It's kind of a jerk. Majay, do I know the emperor's name?
the Emperor's name. What is the Emperor's name going to be? I will pick it because you guys are fuckers, so none of you get to pick it.
How about Emperor Nagi?
That won't stop us from changing it to something fucky.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but now I feel really compelled to say something.
I hate all of you.
Choose wisely.
We love you too.
That'll do. I'm cool with that. His name is Vanton Lucicius.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, they have an emperor, Emperor Lucicius. He's
Sus.
ambitious. Wants to spread Muros' territory. That's all they talked about was manifest destiny and all that. But that has nothing to do with me. I lived there. I was a citizen. I didn't care for it. I left. Been living in jail for the last 5 years.
If there's nothing more to it, why are you so quick to hide it from us?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Moros is trying to, take over the world or something, and you guys seem kind of judgy, if I'm being honest. Just saying.
It's true. He probably just didn't want us thinking he was racist.
Well,
Dad.
from my point of view, I haven't really thought about it much. I mean, I myself came from a clan of, manifest destiny, with a much more bloody and crimson way of doing it.
Yeah, see, we're kindred
We're right
spirits.
about that.
Me and you, Tori.
I
Together
don't know
forever.
about that.
Oh, come on.
Making a lot of parallels here that I don't think are really there. I'm just
Why
saying.
did we leave?
Did I leave?
Yeah. Yeah, why'd you leave?
It sucked.
Did you have any family?
Did I have any family? No. Not anymore. I guess.
What happened to them?
They just, I,
Were they eaten by a dragon too?
maybe,
I'll take it.
I was kind
Because
of
I'll give the
slides
thumbs up.
again.
look, it's a long time ago, okay? It's not important anymore. Lyle says, he looks kind of down.
I want you to share the story. Because you were all there when my dad died. So I want to know what happened with your family.
Okay. They died, all right? My mom and dad. I was young at the time, and Muros expanded their borders into where we lived, all right? And it was very violent, and not many people were okay with it, and many people died because of it. But, I wasn't very big or very strong, so I just had to make the best of it until I could leave.
So you were a kid when it happened.
Yes. Suppose so. Didn't feel much like a kid.
I'm sorry. It's terrible.
Mal's gonna reach into his clothes, take out his flask, unscrew it, take a big sip, and wipe his mouth on his arms. Like, there, you guys feel better. We feel all hunky dory, close knit, bonded.
I'm just gonna pat Lyle on the back.
Not really. We still feel like you probably made that up and are lying to us.
Well, think what you want.
Well, I think I would rather trust everyone if we're going to be trusting us with our lives.
Well, there's the door, or I guess the tarp over the skeleton's nose.
No. No, we're all here together. We've been through a lot now.
Hmm.
We should try and be better to each other.
Adam just kind of nods.
You might not like her just because she's a goblin. I'm not really sure why. Doesn't seem like you like being a Morosian either.
Hmm.
And goblins didn't hurt your family. Morosians did.
Yeah, but like, goblins are kind of little and gross, aren't they? I'm just saying. That wasn't like a knock on you in particular.
Listen, we don't care what your deal is with goblins. We're far past that by now. But considering that the Morosian Empire keeps cropping up wherever we go, and that they seem to want to kill us, it seems like you should be readily telling everything you know, just for the good of all of us.
Well, look, cat's out of the bag. I hailed from Muros, or, whatever. It's not like I'm their leader.
If anything, I'd say you're probably an enemy of the state.
Well, I mean, our actions as of late, I don't think they would be particularly thrilled to hear that someone who was a subject or former subject, as it were involved. But, it's none of my business anymore.
So you were a former subject, huh? Is that like a rank in the courts? A member of the government?
More like peasant
Private in the military?
living. It's what, like, I shouldn't have to explain this terminology. You know how the princess Utaru, she's the princess, empress, head honcho, big cheese. And then the guy sweeping the floor at the inn, he's one of her subjects.
And
Get
that
it?
was you?
I
I
was-
guess sweeping the inn?
I was nobody. That's what I was.
Well, for what it's worth, it sounds like you'd have been dealing with Moros anyway once they made their way here, so guess you're not in it alone.
Suppose that's true.
Adam says and kind of looks over at Sherikon, watching as the drake kind of sniffs around. He tilts his head slightly. You
He's
okay,
looking
boy?
around. He starts circling behind you after getting up, like looking around, smelling the air.
What's wrong
Adam
with
just kind of
Until
Adam
he
kind of just peeks out the tarp a little bit. Like, is the storm happening at this point?
Oh
Or
yeah,
still not yet?
oh yeah, you hear it. It's going.
Okay, well, so he with that
You do.
yes.
Shirkan pokes out of the tent for a little bit, but then turns around, also getting buffeted by sand. But continues to stuff around inside the tent and circles around behind you into the corner, like where the skull starts to touch the ground, where you've kind of draped the tarp over, onto like where some rock and sand is. He's just kind of sniffing around there.
Adam just kind of raises an eyebrow and starts to approach. Did you find something?
He
Like,
probably
he's
just
kinda
has
sniffing,
to.
right? He's not really digging.
Please don't
He kinda-
drop a deuce in the skull head with us. Bad dragon.
Pokes the like rock and pile of sand, and you watch the pile of the sand like twitches.
Oh, what's that? I'm gonna grab my bow.
And you hear a startled noise.
Adam also kind of like jumps back, but as he does, so he kind of like reaches back to grab his spear, and as he does, it starts to glow as he attempts to channel magic into it, just kind of in preparation.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this ability.
Okay. So you
It
hold
just-
2 magic.
Yep, I just hold 2 magic. That's it.
Okie dokie.
So like now it's glowing with like this sort of ethereal energy that's being held within the spear.
I imagine like sparks of lightning are kind of dancing over it now too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, come on
Well-
out.
You're calling out to this pile of sand.
Yes.
Why would you do such a thing? Crazy. As you do so, no, this wouldn't necessarily be a roll. The pile of sand starts to like fall away out of like a sphere that had been made. A very small sphere, child-sized, frankly, because it's a child.
Oh,
What?
Small Zyron
Blinks a
boy
couple times.
was like was hiding in a pile of sand in your tent.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Is screaming still a free action?
If you want to scream,
I'm
scream.
gonna scream. Oh, was
Child also screams.
orphan. Oh my god.
Adam just kind of lowers his spear, tilting his head. You've been there the whole time.
I showed up I crawled through the sand like a few minutes ago.
Did you hear my tragic backstory? Don't tell anybody.
No.
Good boy.
Adam just kind of snickers.
A sand swimmer.
I just made a sphere of sand. I just kind of had to slowly move through the storm because it was bad, and I just can I just hide to Junior tent for a little while?
Adam just kind of.
No. Wait, maybe.
Adam first kind of just pats Sherikon and
This is our spot.
then
Sniffs.
and he just kind of
snorts.
takes a step back while I guess Sherikon sort of just examines the boy a little bit, I guess.
After identifying that the boy is there, he snorts after sniffing him and steps back, kind of glancing at you.
Can I give him a once over with owl vision just to make sure he's not a Gladys?
He sure is a child.
All right.
Tori's
Adam's
going. Tori's gonna put her bow away, and she's gonna grab one of the blankets and just kind of like go over and just like throw it at the kid. Here.
Ah.
Look, it's not like we own the skeleton.
No, you can stay with us and shelter out the storm.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
What's your name?
I'm from Huskat. I just kind of left and
Did you run away from
now I'm
home?
here.
You're a day's travel away from Housecat. Wait.
Yeah.
How old are you again?
Looks at his fingers, starts counting, and then he holds up his fingers. And he holds up 9 fingers.
You're 9.
Yeah.
How'd you get all the way out here? Isn't your mom or dad going to be looking for you?
Well, I don't really know where my mom is, but I just kind of, I just wanted to go on an adventure.
I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Seems
I feel
trustworthy.
like he's bluffing. He's lying about something. I'm gonna roll discern realities.
Go for it. All right, you get one question.
What should I be on the lookout for?
This kid seems a little scared. And he's being kind of quiet, and he kind of keeps glancing out the tarp, like he's kind of expecting something, or is afraid of something.
My eyes are gonna follow his, and I want to look out at where he's glancing at without really letting him know that I'm onto him.
Okay, you kind of peer out of the tarp a little bit, just enough so you don't get sand in your face like Adam did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on, I have to do something real quick here. As you kind of peer out, you see the storm. It's going. There's lots of sand.
Mhm.
Until you realize this is a kind of a, how to describe this? There's like a wall.
Wall.
Like a wall. Like sand is hitting something and is kind of glossing over it. Where there shouldn't be anything.
Like it's something, it's hitting something invisible, maybe?
Like something is moving the sand out of the way, yeah.
I don't know, since I have the skill in illusion magic, if I can see, or if I can peer into the wall and see if maybe my eyes are deceiving me.
Sure, that sounds fair to me.
All right. May I roll discern realities with advantage?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. How do you do advantage on this again? +1 forward, is that it?
No, well, 1 plus 1 forward is now advantage, which is 56. Okay. 2. Oh, I don't remember. God damn it. Just roll 3d6 and I'll look at it.
I think it's 3d6k2. I think you're right.
Yes, 3d6k2.
Yep.
I will roll 3d6k2.
Hey, it worked.
That kind of sucks.
Did you have any... What is...
Wisdom.
Is your wisdom 0?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Can I do a discern realities using command since Shere Khan is trained to guard?
Sure. Go for it.
Okay, so this will be discern realities, and because it has 2 cunning, I add 2 to it. Well, there you go.
Okay. Ask me your 3 questions. Or save some questions. But ask me your fucking questions.
Let's go with what is about to happen for the first question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, you've traveled enough to know what this will probably be. It definitely looks like you're slowly being surrounded by something you can't quite see in the storm. But it certainly is moving the sand as it seems to be closing in.
So whatever's about to happen can't be good.
Adam just kind of looks over to Shere Khan, who's now, guess, growling probably.
Sure is. He's not pleased.
He's definitely picking up on something, and he just looks back to the kid. All right, out with it. Who's following you?
You hear a loud whistle outside of the storm as the area around this skeleton is suddenly dispersed of sand.
Oh.
And now the storm is just like hitting this dome and is like being pushed around. As is now revealed that there are 7 people outside the tent. If I can just fucking reveal them like a normal person. Hold on.
I believe in you, Mushy.
Don't believe in me. I'm weak to that. It weakens me. Belief is bad for me.
Uh-oh!
Do. Okay, now I must change the music. Oh, that's too ominous.
Damn.
That works.
You're too
There we go. So, these people appear out of the storm. You notice they all have horns, as you kind of would expect from the situation you just all found yourselves in.
Hmm. Well,
But, the one up front puts out a long whistle. Like, alright! Everyone get out here! I know you have that little urchin!
Okay,
Tori's gonna step out.
so is Lyle.
There's people outside.
The child scrambles further into the tarp, scared.
Yeah. Mind explaining what you're doing
Fuck, every time.
here exactly?
Well, considering this is an ambush, that feels appropriate.
Mm.
And I don't think they particularly care if you look suspicious or not.
Just once. I would like that ability to work.
It's worked before. At least once, I think.
At least once.
In any case.
I'm gonna try and roll parlay.
You don't really have anything that you're...
We have the kid.
You do have the kid.
Yeah.
We do.
Alright, what's your argument here?
I just want to try an open discussion to see if I can get them to tell us why they want the kid.
Okay. Alright. And what's your question? Like, what do you say? I guess is what that is what I mean.
Let's see. We're just travelers through here. We don't know the kid, but don't feel too inclined to just hand him over unless you tell us why.
Oh, you want to know why, huh? Well, if you must know, he's a thief. He stole something from us, and we just want it back. So, if you don't want any trouble, just hand him over, and we'll be on our way.
A thief, how unconscionable.
What did he take from you? If he still has it, surely he can just return it and you can go on your way.
Oh, well, but he has to be punished, you see.
What do you plan to do?
Is that really your problem?
I think you're about to make it my problem.
Ooh.
Bunch of outsiders in the desert, stepping up to the folk of the desert. That's not very wise, you know.
He's right, it's not very wise.
It's not wise to pick fights with strangers either.
Also true.
Zell pokes his head out. I'll fight some strangers. Barry
Well,
wants
you
to
can-
fight some strangers.
Is
He pokes Barry with the staff out so that they can see.
that a fucking head on a stick? Is that Ted talking? Shut up, Gary.
In the back of the skull, I want to like go kneel down next to the kid and be like, "What did you take? What do you have?"
And you now see that like he's got a bundle under his cloak. You see something, a lot of shiny things in there, like glistening blue emerald, or not emerald, sapphires.
Sapphire.
Fuck.
Can I don't know if I need to discern reality for this, but is it
Well, what's your
just
question?
money? I want to know if it's like just money that the kid took, or if it's like something magical. A MacGuffin of sorts.
That.
May I ask one of my questions? My 3 questions.
Sure. What's your question?
What here is useful or valuable to us?
Um.
Oh.
That bag has more than sapphires in it, but the kid is holding onto the bag very tightly and is not letting go. Like he's clutching it very tightly as he hides in the back of this skull.
Okay. Ab just kind of starts walking over. Look, kid. You're about to get us in quite a bit of trouble. Might be able to make it easier for you if you just tell us what you got.
It's mine. It's my mom's. It's not theirs. They took it.
I believe him.
We're not
Feel
gonna
like-
let them hurt you, but you need to tell us what it is right now before they start fighting us.
It's my mom's jewels.
Is that
To
all
be
you
clear,
got?
you get the impression that this kid would not know if it was magical. It does
It
not
was-
appear to be why he's protecting it.
It's sentimental to them, yeah.
Yes, he does not know. It might be. You don't know.
Can
He's
I
certainly not letting go of the bag.
roll then, just to take a look at what he has and see if there is something that is more than just sapphires, money?
How you would have to get the bag from the child. How do you get? You're gonna have to convince the child to hand you the bag.
Tell him you'll give him candy.
Can I? Like, I don't want to take it from him.
Kick his ass.
Like, let me see it. I'll roll parlay if I need to.
You
but
would need
can
to
I
roll
just reason
parlay.
with him?
You would need to
Okay.
reason with him. You need to roll. He's not just gonna give it to you.
Well, I don't want to take it from him. I just want to see it. He can hold it the entire time.
He doesn't trust you because you're not anyone he knows. You rolled an 8.
Okay, kid, we're not going to let them hurt you. Can I just see what you've got? You can hold on to it. I just want to take a look.
You swear you're not gonna turn me over?
I'm not going to let them hurt you.
You're not going to you're not gonna turn me over to them, right?
No, we're not going to turn them over to you, kid.
He slightly opens the bag and points it towards you. He keeps a hold of the bag. He does not release it. Inside the bag is about like 10 sapphires of extremely good quality, about the size of a fist each.
How much do I think that would be worth?
Quite a bit. These are very good sapphires. Like, very good. And nestled amongst them is like a sapphire that's in like a kind of an ornamental shape. Like it's supposed to fit inside something, but it's been removed. That's the impression you get from it. It is kind of slightly glowing.
Okay. That seems like a magical MacGuffin. Is there any... Can I discern realities on that one, or...
This will be spout lore, not discern realities.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you don't know.
Shit.
You have the vague impression that it's magical. That's about it.
Okay. It sounds like that's probably the one they want. I don't know. I mean, the others are worth a lot of money, but this one seems special for some reason.
Maybe it's the other way around. Kid's got an awful lot of them.
You mentioned that your mom was gone? What happened to her?
I don't know. I just they took our stuff and we got lost and I don't know where she is.
Did they take her?
I don't know. He clutches the bag to his chest as he kind of curls in on himself.
Okay, we'll figure that out later.
Adam just kind of stands up, cracks his
That's-
neck a bit.
Outside, they are getting very impatient as they continue to circle. Last chance, folks. Hand over the child, or we let the desert claim you.
I'm gonna kind of whisper under my breath to Lyle. This is bad.
Yeah, no kidding. We don't exactly have home field advantage against a bunch of Zeron.
No.
Meanwhile, Gazelle just looked excited.
I don't think there's any other way out of this. We have to fight them.
If we want any chance of winning a fight against them, we need to take the high ground as quick as we can.
Get on top of the skull.
Do it.
Alright. Follow my lead.
Right
Yes?
behind you.
Watch him.
I will. And she kind of gets close to the child and kind of protectively puts her arms around him.
Gonna move out.
Alright. I don't know how effective this will be, but this is all I got at the moment. Doesn't feel like there's any other way out of this. I'm gonna roll Gift of the Elements.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Did you roll? No, 2 and a 1.
That is an F.
That is an F.
That was real bad, yeah.
So... I'm
Well,
going to...
you do. I point at the clock in the corner.
yeah.
That's an option. Don't forget.
Might be a good move. I don't know. Should I dump it?
Do it.
It's up to you. It's not gonna get filled otherwise.
All right. Let me pose what I want to do to you then.
All right.
Phrasing. Tori is going to gather wind magic around her, and she's going to extend it to her wings, and she's going to blast the sand all around them so that it creates a smoke screen, or a sand screen, if you will. Basically wants to create smoke on the battlefield.
That doesn't
What?
feel like a thing to use that for.
It doesn't.
Just an attack.
I think you need to think bigger. Think
Yeah.
better. What are you doing with the wind?
I want to make a dust tornado. That's what I really want to do.
Cool.
Is that what you want to do?
How about you flap your wings
Take 'em out.
so hard that you do like a fucking shockwave that sends sand to blind them and knocks them on their asses while launching you into the air?
That sounds better. I want to do that. That's what I'm rolling.
Okay. You don't roll because you just succeed, and the clock resets.
Boop.
All right. Where do you want to land first of all? Are you landing on top of the skull?
Yep, I'm landing right here.
Right here?
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right, so here's what happens. You and you look at Lyle. You both probably share a nod, and you spread out your wings as the wind around you suddenly bursts to life. And then with one beat of your wings, you shoot up into the air, creating a gust of wind that shoots out, pushing the sand at your feet in all directions and buffeting all of the enemies around you. They don't get knocked over, but they do get pushed back as they have to raise their hands to shield themselves with the sand, not expecting this, so unable to stop the sand from hitting them. So they're all pushed back. Let's see. We'll say that does. Give me a D4. Okay,
Yeah.
so that does
Start.
1 damage to all of them.
I will take that.
I'm back.
That's 6. That's 7 damage. If you add it all up.
That's pretty good.
An awful waste of the dragon's amulet, but whatever.
It's okay. Good opening move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an opening. I think it gives. Does this confer any advantage to our initial attacks, or just
How about it just lets us go first? Turn the ambush around.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Because like with that, like Adam's just going to basically just jump out of like
The eye.
the eye
Burst
and just
out.
like alongside Shere Khan, who kind of bum rushes this.
This poor fuck.
The first.
Yeah, and so like first Shere Khan kind of like moves in as the distraction while Adam sort of takes the air and then comes down, just aiming to just jab the dude with his spear.
Okay, give me a hack and slash.
All right, so so we're just regular hack and slash then, no hold forward.
You get an advantage. I'd say
Didn't
get an
you-
advantage.
Didn't he charge magic into his weapon earlier?
He did. He still has that.
And I have that, and that'll come into play as well.
Mhm.
Actually, let me just make sure Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's just extra damage. Okay, yeah, that's just extra damage. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do the hack and slash. So this is with advantage, so it's gonna be 3d6 K2.
Whoa.
Mama. Okay,
Nice.
so a few
Rolls.
things happen here
Okay.
because I rolled a 12.
Oh yes.
So first off, he hits.
Yes.
Because he hits, that also will trigger Merciless.
Oh boy.
He's not going to use the magic just yet. But because Shere Khan, let's see, what was that? Checking command, was that added? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So because Shere Khan's attacking, it adds its ferocity to the damage. So it's 2 damage outright plus a d4. But because I rolled a 12, this also takes effect.
Avoid their attack. And impress, dismay, or frighten your enemy.
So, like, this just, like, angry shield-wielding spear warrior just busts out of the fucking skull and just dive bombs this guy. And when he does, he also releases one of his magics, so I will be adding 1d4 to the 1d4
So that's 2d4 plus your class damage.
plus my class damage, yeah.
Mhm.
So So here's the class damage. Okay. 2d4. Plus 2 from Shirkan. Let me just double check the ferocity. I think it is 2, though. Yes, ferocity plus 2. So yeah, he does 2, 6, 8 damage.
Okay. Well, you jump out of this eye, and you rush toward this man, and Shere Khan darts out of the tarp and just bum rushes him. Shere Khan like runs into him, stabbing him with his horn, and shrugging him off before you jump out of and stab into him. And you carve through his chest and pull your spear out. He stumbles back and falls onto his ass. And he looks up at you, now bleeding heavily out of his chest, in utter terror. And what he's going to do as response is he's going to turn around and scramble away and run the fuck away.
Yeah, you better run.
Surprised you survived that.
Just barely. You could have killed him very easily.
Yeah, no, that was definitely just bad roll. Well, yeah, the damage rolls.
I feel like you were 1 damage off.
He's
Right,
booking
probably.
it. He's heading basically out of this dome and toward the storm. He's terrified of you. And this guy nearby is also just saw you just stab the shit out of this guy in like a lightning fast speed. It is also scared. Everyone who is invited now views you as a big threat, so now you are a target. Except for this guy who you injured horribly is now have terrified into running. These other guys, as they're like starting to move, start gliding on the sand as they start to circle towards you. Towards you guys. This guy kind of like hangs back. That's kind of what's changing now. So who wants to go next?
I will.
Okay.
As this bro is circling around, riding some little sand surf, I want to reach into my new bag of pop rocks and flick a pop rock at his feet to try and damage him and disrupt his little sand skating.
Okay. Give me a volley roll.
I'm sorry, Maja, I have a question.
Yes.
Because of the you avoid their attack part of this move, does that mean I get the 1d6 for free from hitting a 12?
Would you like to roll that?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see if you kill this guy. That's a hit. That's a success for Lyle.
Oh my.
Oh. So rather than pulling out of his chest, as he turns to try to run, you can step forward and just run him through his back. Or you just kill him. Either or, really, it's up to you.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? The one guy was talking a lot of shit. He's just dead.
He's just fucking dead. You just stab into him and just rip your spear at him. He gurgles in utter terror and shock as he falls back in the sands, bleeding out and dying.
Damn.
Kirk Blah, motherfucker.
Damn.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lyle.
So this
Yeah,
guy.
you don't fuck with Adam.
So, as Lyle sees the guys start to sand skate and move around them, I'm gonna throw a pop rock, just like reach into the bag, take it up, flick my thumb, launch it. Now, it's not gonna be like a direct hit on him, but, cause an explosion at his feet. Hopefully, knock him off of his little sand wave and
Okay,
make him eat shit.
this will work. So, which one of those negatives do you want to do? Do you want to take have to take multiple shots? You want to do less damage, or do you want to move out of your safety a little bit? You will hit him
Well,
regardless.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
just
I will move out of my safety because right now I'm surrounded by allies and have the bones under me. But
Okay.
as I take him out, Lyle's gonna move in to try and like I can't do anything else to him from where I
Right,
am.
but you're gonna
So
put you're gonna put yourself in harm's way.
I'm putting
Close
myself in danger by closing in. So I'll put myself
Okay.
about here as I'm.
Do your damage for those explosive pop rocks.
That is the 5 I rolled after the volley.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. So he's gonna. So the rock strikes the sand, and he sees you like pulling out a pebble. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then you flick it toward his feet, and it bursts, and like he cusses as like he flips and hits the sand and does a little roll for like having to shake his head and had to slowly pull himself up, looking towards you and snarling. As this other guy continues to skate and now is kind of skating toward Lyle.
Would it be too cheeky for me to try and roll insightful fighting and ready for the next move? Or should I
Sure.
wait?
Go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to roll it for the dickhead coming up behind me, actually.
Okay.
Try and read his movements.
Okay. You kind of catch him as he's trying to slide behind you. Like, the sound of the storm is kind of masking his moving. But you clock him. But it still might be risky, but you can do it.
I'm
You got the
gonna
timing down.
leave it at that for now.
Okay. Alright. Who wants to do something next? Lyle's kind of getting circled around behind. These other guys are moving in, sliding on the sand. These two are heading toward Adam, who had just killed one of their fellows. This guy is still in the back.
I vote Ed should move before he loses connection again.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. Ed, what do you do?
Ed, did you already lose connection?
No, I'm just looking at the battlefield.
Okay.
Deciding which direction to go. Okay, yeah. Gazelle's gonna charge out and attack this guy.
Okay.
Just swing at him with Barry. And this one, I think.
Oh, shit.
Oh ho ho ho!
Barry's hungry!
Alright. Do you want to expose yourself to damage? To do an extra
Yeah.
damage?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So roll your damage plus a 1d6.
Here's my damage.
Damage.
Oh shit.
Oh
And then
god. that's-
1d6. Roll 1d6.
Mmm.
Damage.
I have
That's
to
a-
count.
That's a
Oh,
meaty
dear.
hit.
Okay. How are you swinging Barry exactly?
Like, taking it and sweeping, like, right up into the jugular. So, like,
Okay.
Barry's, like, his face comes right in contact with his neck.
So this guy is like sliding in the sand. He has a dagger. He kind of slides, zipping in a zigzag as he heads towards you, seeing you approach. He leaps in the air, dagger raised. You swing Barry, and Barry bites into this guy's throat and just rips it completely out.
Woo!
And a
Oh.
spurt of blood rushes out of his neck and into the sand as he like hits the sand, falls on his back, and is like clutching at his now like very. His throat's basically gone, so he's not. He doesn't have anything to clutch at, but he's like still kind of alive for a second before he expires in the sands.
Good job, Barry.
You did exactly enough damage to kill him, actually.
That's amazing.
No, they never account for how insane we are. That's true.
This is true.
We're but simple travelers. Also, we have a guy with a troll head.
Also, we have a crazy spearman, a crazy rogue, a crazy monk man who says he's a wizard but also has a troll on his staff,
I mean,
an
what else
insane
can
burn
you do?
woman.
I call a bitch.
Good call. All right. Well, that went well. These guys continue to close in toward Adam, kind of trying to. This guy circles around, leaping from his friend's corpse. He tries to like flank him. That's how that's progressing. This guy stumbles and just looks like to try to keep his Lyle's attention on him, as like time moves slightly forward. This guy continues to try to sneak up behind Lyle. All right, who goes next?
I'll go next.
Okay, what do you do?
So the first thing we're gonna do is activate Chorus of Shadows. So I only get one shadow clone, but that's fine. There's enough shadows inside the skull anyway that hopefully I've got partial cover anyway. So I'm gonna make one clone and park it right outside the entrance with me to hopefully take fire while I knock an arrow and try and shoot at the one that Lyle has already knocked over with a pop rock. Hopefully he's eating shit in the dirt and I can feather him.
Okay. Give me a volley.
For volley.
Gotta do roll.
Okay, added an L there. Roll. Right.
There you go.
Ooh.
Let's see. A volley. I forget what benefit. Do-do-do-do. Simple. You have a clear shot. You do your damage. So do your damage.
Okay. And again, I'm going to go for the guy that is hopefully weak from Lyle's pop rock and finish him off. Oh yeah, that should do it.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Nice.
The guy
Well,
like
makes
it looks like he's trying to get ready. He's not paying any attention to you, and just like an arrow just sticks in the center of his forehead, and like he shakes, and like he stares at Lyle, and he kind of reaches up to touch the arrow, as he just kind of falls back onto the sand.
Get fucked, idiot.
Damn.
And I'm just going to put my back flat against the inside of the skull while I knock another arrow and wait for my next turn.
Okay. Who's next?
Me.
All right, Otto. What do you do? Two people are aggressing on Adam and aggressing on Lyle.
They apparently aren't looking at me, so I'm going to come up behind this guy.
Yeah, they're scared shitless of Adam, so they want to kill him.
I'm gonna grab him by the back of his clothes and like punch him with my other arm and send him flying.
You're just gonna
But I
punch the
wanted
shit
to.
out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a hack and slash. Oh dear God, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Rolls are so good tonight. Holy
I
shit!
feel like it's been so long since we've had a combat, we've just been saving up our good rolls.
Guys, it's okay. You can fail some rolls. I just drained the amulet. You are massacring these sandmen.
Do you want to expose yourself to harm?
No, I'm going to just do normal attack.
Okay.
Deal your damage.
No.
Do your damage.
Expose yourself to harm.
Damage.
Robot punch. Damn it.
But then I'm also going to do crushing blow.
Okay. You deal 2 damage to him. He
I'll
turns as
break
you
whatever he has.
like you grab the back of his cloak, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And he turns and sees, ah! And he tries to stab you, and you just punch his dagger, which, as he like tries to stab your face, and just kind of skids off your face a little bit, and you just punch it, and you punch the dagger into his face, and it breaks as you punch him in the face and break his dagger, and he stumbles back, and just kind of flies backward onto his ass.
Did he, wait, did he stab himself in the face with the dagger?
He's got some pieces of dagger in his face, yes.
Oh.
Ah! Fuck!
Hardcore.
Holy shit.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright. So, to move time forward a little more, this guy is watching his men kind of get fucking murked. It's like, god damn it. And he watches, like, he spreads out his hands, and he starts swirling his hands around
Uh-oh.
him. And, like,
Dust
the sand
tornado.
starts to move around him. But that's just what's happening on that side. Adam, these two... Well, there's not the guy that gets just punched and his dagger broken, but the other guy is, like, leaping at you to stab you. And Lyle, this guy has, like, snuck up on you, is ready to stab you in the back. After watching his friend die, he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna at least kill this guy.
Okay.
I'm desperate.
Well, I'm gonna jump up and spin around, try and surprise him as he comes up behind me, and try and turn his ambush back on him with a backstab move. That
Okay.
I will try.
Oh,
Oof.
How do you backstab someone who's creeping up behind you?
Because he
You
thinks
should
he has
be
the advantage, but
backstabby.
it's the thing of, like, oh, he doesn't think I know he's there, but he is. I do know he's there, and he doesn't know that I know that he knows.
Well, a sneak attack makes sense, but like backstab doesn't, because you'd be stabbing him in the front. Go up.
You look. Surely you played Team Fortress 2. You could backstab someone that you're facing. Just gotta angle yourself right.
God, yeah.
Hmm.
You have to like pull him into a hug first.
Hmm. Well, unfortunately, Lyle, you miss,
That's okay.
and I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, he's still pretty fast, so he is gonna get a stab out on you.
Go for it.
Good news though. You get
Bring it.
XP for that.
I want to fill my amulet.
He kind of stabs into your shoulder a bit for 4 damage.
Ow.
Basically, brings down the knife as you try to stab him. He like shirks out of the way, and like you kind of end up in a standoff with him as he spins around over here. And add this to the clock. Okay, and that's where you're at. Adam, there's a guy at your feet, and this guy is now just kind of lunging at you, pulling at 2 daggers, and just trying to just jab them into your shoulders, like to push them down toward the center of your neck, or the center of your collarbone.
Okay. So since this is kind of reactionary,
You can attack back, or you can defy danger to avoid the damage. It's up to you.
that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, if I do a defy danger and succeed, do I get an attack after that, or should I just try to attack here? Or...
Attack. If you attack, it just depends on what you want to do. If you want to hurt him while he's trying to hurt you, you should hack and slash. If you just want to get out of the way of the harm, then you should defy danger.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna hack and slash.
Okay.
Oh
my God!
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ!
So as he kind of rears back to strike, the spear starts to like crackle with energy, like almost as if like the spirit within the spear is getting about as hyped up as Adam is right now.
Oh, it's hungry. It's hungry.
And so it actually starts to crackle with more energy
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
as he gains a magic from the high roll. And so he's gonna do a couple things.
Okay.
So he's going to well, so much like before with Superior Warrior. So I'm just gonna do my damage and my D6 and my D6.
Okie dokie. Okay. Oh god, okay.
It's getting spicy.
So he's
Wow.
gonna do those two things first.
Check this
Okay.
man's dice.
I guess you could say he's got the fighting spirit.
Ah,
Eh,
I punch you. Punch you.
I see what you did there.
So yeah, he avoids the damage, but like instead of kind of driving further, he's actually gonna whirl around to the guy that Otto punched, and I'm gonna use a magic to discharge a blast of elemental energy at him.
Oh, okay.
So just to kind of,
Is that on your thing?
it's on blade magic.
I had to slide up here. Hold on. To near target. Okay.
So I'm gonna do
Got it.
d6 to the other guy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yeah. At this point, he's just like, he's kind of like he's just kind of hits both guys and probably wobbles them. And at this point, he's just looking even more ferocious than before.
Okay. So what happened? So how do you stab the guy that's like lunging at you, and how do you blast his elemental energy? What does it look like?
So basically, the guy that's lunging at him, he just gets a face full of shield. Like he just that shield just smashes into him full force.
Okay.
Um,
So he gets hit in the face from like the air, just is knocked on his ass, just falls in the sand, blood spurting out his face.
yeah.
Like he drops the knives,
Satisfying.
clutches his face, screams, as his fucking nose is broken.
Damn.
He's not dead, but he's fucked up.
He probably wishes he was dead.
And then he just kind of turns as he sees the guy that Otto he kind of catches the guy. He kind of catches the guy as Otto punches him away, and then just thrusts the spear forward and unleashes the lightning blast.
Do you even hit him with your spear? Do you just point it at him?
He just points it at him.
So a burst of lightning hits this guy and strikes him in the shoulder and sends it sprawling back. His dagger's gone. He looks between you and Otto, somehow
know what
doubling the
happened.
fear, and he's he just puts up his hands and it's he's on his ass. Just he's terrified. He doesn't move. He stops.
Yeah,
What the
so
fuck, man? I'm just a bandit. What the
so
fuck?
Adam's just kind of having his spear. Now he's just kind of in a ready stance. It's Adam, let's hit it!
Okay, very good. All right. Who goes next?
Are we at the top of the round?
Yeah, Tori, you haven't done anything yet.
Tori
So
hasn't
what
done
do you
anything
want-
yet.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, Tori.
I thought I had the opening action. All right.
Well, they were responding to being assaulted. So now it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Looks like they've cleaned up basically. That the rest of these guys are goners, but this guy, he is my target.
Get him.
I want to run across the spine, and I want to draw my scythe.
Okay.
Can I make it there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got this.
Narratively, yes.
I'm going to run across the spine here,
Okay.
jumping between the sections, and I want to spin this shit as I come down, and I want to swing right at him, try and cut
Alright.
him.
That sounds like a hack and slash.
Here it goes. I want a good roll. Everybody else got good rolls. Why not me?
Get him.
That's a
Hey,
good roll.
That's pretty
there you
good.
go.
Hey, that'll do. That'll do.
Alright. Alright, the
That'll be
question
big.
remains, do you want to put yourself in harm's way to deal more damage?
Yeah.
That's a yes.
Get him.
Alright, roll your damage, sucker.
1.
Is that plus the dex?
No,
Okay.
just your class damage, and then you add a d6.
See if I did that right.
Okay. I keep accidentally zooming out. Motherfucker. Okay. Alright, you lunge from the spine of this dinosaur and, like, launch toward this guy who's, like, seems to be manipulating the sands around you and is, like, trying to start some shit. And you cut into him. He sees you coming and, like, he moves some of the sand out of the way to, like, try to block some of the damage. But you cut through it and cut into his shoulder, and he, like, has to slide back on the sand to move out of the way from getting further cut. And as he does so, he kind of takes some of the sand he's moved and, like, shoves it towards you and strikes you in the chest with it to, like, push you away.
Blech.
So you will take 3 damage
How dare you?
as you are pushed, like, again into the spinal column. So as you kind of slide back, and he kind of slides back.
Is that all you got?
Didn't expect so much trouble for this stupid child.
Should have bargained.
Could have walked away.
Okay. In that moment, what else happens? This guy is, like, standing off of Lyle, dagger. Basically, they look like they're in like a fucking knife fight. They're in a knife fight, guys. They're like knives
Oh,
are ready.
fucking yes. We're
Him and
wrestling.
Lyle.
Blades flying. While cursing.
Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? Who wants to do something?
I want to go next.
Me and BB got to respond to the guys attacking us, so
Yeah, I feel like we
Sweet.
should hold for a second.
yeah.
Gazelle?
Or-
Is that
Otherwise, Adam's just gonna fuck someone up.
That's fair. Gazelle. Gazelle's gonna charge at this guy.
Okay.
He's gonna kinda run right up to him, but stop short. And then he's gonna breathe fire. He's gonna unleash his dragon's breath.
My fire and my laser.
I don't remember how this works. Hold on. Oh, deal
Doesn't it-
damage to all creatures in Path of the Flame.
And to yourself.
And to yourself.
All right,
Except
really? Oh.
heat and flame can no longer harm me.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh. No.
Oh.
Okay. Well.
Which is amazing. I got this like 2 levels ago and I haven't been able to use it yet.
Well.
Oh, nice.
That just
Oh.
happened. That's it. It doesn't seem to say you roll, so I guess that just happens. Well, do your class
Yeah, it
game.
just happens.
Or it just doesn't happen.
So, here you go.
Okay.
It's okay. He's a stronger enemy, so he probably has more armor. So we're gonna have to have Otto break that.
So so here's what happens. Gazelle, you charge forward, you take in a deep breath, you release a blast of flames for this guy. He tries to move some sand, and in the path of the flames to like protect himself, but it's still fire, and he didn't have time to prepare. So it gets through, and it starts to burn him, and like he burns away some of his turban, some of his clothes. As you see some of his covered face, the turban around his face kind of falls away, and you see his skin is kind of like green and sickly, and some of it just kind of falls off with the burn,
Yeah.
and like,
Boo.
but it. So when it gets burned away, you see something like glowing beneath his skin, and it's like orange, like it is fire, and you realize that he doesn't seem as perturbed as you would think someone being set on fire would be, beyond the inconvenience of his clothes being burned.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Well, this is quite upsetting. It's so upsetting I don't regain my breath.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He's over there sucking wind. Oh,
Fail.
it's a spicy meatball.
okay.
Yeah.
And he's like starting to like kind of swish his hands as the sand kind of starts to swirl in more intensely around him, as like you feel this dome around that's like stopping the storm kind of start to stop as bits of the storm start to leak through into this area.
So,
Uh-oh.
are we to read into that he is
That he is the one.
conjuring the storm, or that he's channeling it?
No, he's keeping it at bay, and now he's stopping that.
He's letting it come in. Come and get us.
Yes.
That's okay. We kill him, then we get to sit back down in our nice protective tent. Bone, skull.
Yeah, I was planning on taking him alive, but honestly, I can question him once he's dead too, so it's no big deal.
Okay. Napano, Otto, what do you do?
Otto, do you want to go first?
Nah,
Thinking
you
about what I want to do to the boss guy.
I'm not sure what to do either.
Okay. Mage, how magic works in this system? Does he have to be speaking and moving his hands in order to do a spell? If I disrupt one of those?
To be clear, he's not doing a spell. He is manipulating the elements, which does not require him to use any. It's natural to him, so he just has to use his mind and his body and his self.
Okay, but if I make it so he can't move his body, can
I
he
mean, if he
continue
can't
doing
move
that?
his body, he can't do that. Yeah,
Okay. Well, in that
kinda have
case,
you kind of have to bodily make the thing happen. So if you like prevent him from being able to move, he can't do shit.
Yeah, like Avatar.
Yeah, basically.
yeah, okay.
Just bend
Well, in that case, I'm going to try and shut him down. I'm going to cast a spell. Cool, and it seems to be successful,
And you do not lose it.
and I do not lose it, which is fantastic. And I'm just going to walk toward him with my hand outstretched like I'm doing a force choke or something. And suddenly his hands are bound to his sides.
All right, so he like as he's waving his hands ahead, so he stop, like shoot to his sides, and he like lets out a rah! And he's like he starts to struggle, and like is held in place as you've that has seemed to have worked.
Nice.
I've taken away your Bendu.
He's like shouting expletives.
Goddamn son of a fucking god shit ass fucking.
Who the fuck even are you people? Fuck shit balls. Fuck shit. Fuck.
I'm gonna tell Tori and Gazelle that you can drag him back to the skull while I hold him still, and I'm gonna tell him you can either answer our questions alive or dead. It's your choice.
You done
All
fucked
right.
with the wrong people.
Okay.
Done.
Otto, what do you want to do?
Okay, so
Lyle is still in a knife fight.
Sure am.
They're like trying to stab each other. And they're keeping each other at bay.
I'm just like imagining them like walking in circles around each other, just not actually attacking. Just they keep walking in circles.
No, I think I would say they are attacked because they've already started to attack each other. So like they are swinging at each other, but it's like they're both being very cautious about not stabbing. Getting stabbed.
Yes, yes. I love that.
Whoa.
So, both of these guys are pretty intimidated and down.
This guy is basically just giving up, and this guy is on the ground screaming, holding his face.
Okay, so I think I'm going to come over here, and I am going to attempt to break one of these ribs off.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what is our robot doing? What is the robot doing?
Oh.
Choose two.
I mean,
It doesn't
skeleton.
take a long time,
Sure.
and it doesn't make a lot of noise.
So you just okay.
Yeah.
Pop it off.
I'm just gonna break it off and then throw it.
You do
like,
unfortunately
between them.
damage this priceless skeleton,
Yeah.
Oh no.
and you can't fix it. You've broken it permanently.
There are pieces that are already broken off.
Well, I mean,
This is more metal.
and a fucking paleontologist would be very upset.
Otto doesn't know that.
No, he does not. All right, give me a volley.
Okay. Volley.
Okay. Okay, which one of us choose? One of them is very funny when I think about it.
Whichever one.
Okay, do you want me to choose the funny one?
Yeah, choose the fun one.
Okay, it's the last one. You have to take several shots. So you have to
Okay.
break another one.
Okay, I got this. So, while Lyle and this guy are in their knife fight, suddenly a fucking rib comes whizzing toward them, a giant rib, and
And misses,
the guy,
and
the
like,
guy's,
what the fuck?
the guy's smart. He gets out of the way. He whizzes by. We're both like, "What the fuck?" And then, as Otto goes for the second rib, Lyle grabs a handful of sand, throws it into the guy's eyes, and then dives, hits that fucking deck.
Okay, give me your damage. Very good. Very good.
Yep. Ooh, good.
So he just gets decked in the face with his rib. Are you like throwing horizontally so it just like close signs this guy in the head?
Yeah.
Just like throws it.
Giant
in his
boomerang.
face. He
I'm
flips
not trying to
over
kill him.
and like he hits the sand. It gets oh fuck. Ah! He's not dead, but he's on the ground. It's like, oh god damn it.
My leg!
Ah, my face! Ah! His nose is awesome.
Yeah. That's it.
They are not in a good way, are they?
Okay. Let's see. Well,
I think it's got to be the leader's move, right?
I would. Okay, so here's kind of the thing. So the leader is being held. You notice that that hole in his face, the skin fell away, is glowing brighter now, but he can't move. Something appears to be happening. As his body like is trying to resist the spell, and is like shaking in place, but can't like escape. But his body is still shaking, as though like. So it's like he can't move, but something is trying to move. Does that make sense?
Wait,
It's not
He-
him.
does he have a Gladys in him?
No. As you look at him,
Hmm.
not a Gladys. But you notice that he's inordinately bright.
I'm gonna. Can I shout? Shouting's a free action, right?
Sure.
Hey, UA! Is it normal for G-Ren to glow? That's what they're called, right?
No!
Okay.
I think we
watch-
might have a problem, man.
So some light starts to poke out from the wound in his face, and his eyes start to glow, and his mouth starts to open as like his cursing just starts to stop, and like ah, and he just starts to scream as like this light
Uh-oh.
starts to pull itself out of him.
Uh-oh.
His like hands like form out of his mouth. Doesn't like rip it
Ew.
open or
Uh-oh.
they just, like they squeeze through and like start to pull, like puts his hand on his shoulders and just tries to squeeze out.
No, thank
As
you.
this, like the apparition of like orange light starts to pull itself out of this guy's body,
Oh, it's
gosh.
like a toothpaste tube.
and the guy's eyes like stop glowing as this thing like almost fully escapes, and his eyes just kind of roll in the back of his head, and like this thing stands up. It's like it's most of its torso and its arms are loose, and it, like rolls its neck and looks at you like, this isn't over, you little rats. I will have that stone. And like he swings his hands as the sand suddenly of the storm just kind of, the dome kind of breaks and the sand starts to rush in and swirl around you.
I scream.
Does anyone know what the hell that is? Can we roll spout lore or?
If you want to roll spout lore.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck crawled out of this guy that I was holding.
Sure. That looks like that looks like a fucking some kind of spirit for sure.
Hmm.
Oh, I should know about spirits.
You
But
do.
I rolled
So
poorly.
you know enough to know that this is definitely some kind of spirit. It definitely appeared to be possessing this guy. You guess that this guy was actually a corpse, as like he pulls himself free and like shoots into the sky as like a spirit of glowing light and kind of zips through the sky and disappears from your sight. As this guy's body just kind of falls over. Well, it doesn't fall over because you're holding it. It's just kind of his head flops back and he stops moving.
Is it still here or did it fly away?
It's flying into the sky as like a bolt of light.
Do I get the impression that it's fucking off and it'll be back?
Yeah.
Or do
If
I
you
get the impression...
it's fucking off.
Okay, so this is effectively over.
Yes, you effectively won.
Okay.
Wait, I don't want it to be over.
You don't want to let these guys live?
No. Can I use the mask and chase it?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my.
Ooh. Can you use the mask and chase it?
Yeah. Can I catch up to it?
You're
With
still
6 wings?
corporeal. It is not. So it's
No.
bound by that limitation. There's also a horrible storm around you that you're now being buffeted by.
What
Rapidly.
if Zell throws
That's probably...
You'd be throwing Tori through a sandstorm, which probably be more hurtful to Tori than helpful. Because it will fuck up her wings pretty bad, probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
The sandstorm hurts. It hurts, guys, it hurts!
Okay, well, let's maybe tie up the guys who are still alive and take cover.
This guy is like crawling and scrambling away. The other two, like, half surrender. Well, this guy is screaming, so he doesn't really have any choice. So he's like, his face is bleeding. This guy does just a surrender.
And this guy is in fact dead.
That guy, yeah, is a corpse. This guy's trying to crawl away as he tries to like move sand, so he's like obscured. Well, you do see him trying to do this.
I'm gonna grab his ankles and drag him back with us.
No!
Yep, yeah. Adam pulls the.
Man, I didn't
Adam
know.
pulls the.
I didn't know that. Oh, my friend.
Get in the skull.
This guy with him.
I'll get this one.
Can you please don't hit me? Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Jerichon's just kind of bumping his leg the whole time, just like, no, you go. Come here.
Zell's gonna grab this one and just kind of feed it to Barry.
Barry,
As he-
Jesus.
you just grab the whole body and just feed it to Barry, or you just grab like a piece of it. You just grab.
Now just imagine that you're one of these fucking bandits. You know, you come up, there's 7 of you. It turns out your leader was a corpse possessed by a fucking demon spirit. 3 of your buddies have been brutally murdered. What's left of the rest of you are tied together in a skull surrounded by the madmen that you picked a fight with.
One of them.
And one of them is sitting there,
eating.
is like making eye contact while he holds a severed head from a stick that's eating your friend's body.
That's
That is
very
exactly what is happening. Yes.
good. That is what's happening. It's true. You just said it. You just said facts. You just said what's happening.
It's yep, that's heroes, guys.
Adam's just standing there.
We are
menacingly.
totally heroes.
We
Man,
were 100% the good guys.
the child was terrified.
So, Tori's gonna be really mad that her kill got away. So she's gonna
Uh-oh.
slice a piece of this cactus off, and she's gonna run back into the tent where the other guys are all tied up and start beating them with the cactus piece.
Stop! That hurts.
You're bad people, you tech children! And you following a corpse around!
We're bandits. What are you?
Yeah, get him! Get him, Tori!
Adam
Get
just
over
kind of
your
puts his hand
job.
on Tori's shoulder. Hey. That one surrendered. That one surrendered.
Hit him again!
No, you want to talk about punishment? Here's your punishment, whap!
Adam
So
was
you
going
took
to
his-
let the broken nose and be like, get that one.
Took these jewels from the kid and his mother, whap!
Shit! Ow! Who threw this rib at me? It hurt.
Passing to everybody else in this fucking desert and they don't give us trouble, you do, whap!
Smacking him up with the cat.
Who's poking over there?
Alright.
Barry's enjoying a meal.
Pew. Pew.
So what's Napato doing? Because
Hey,
it's
what's Pato doing over there?
sandstorming.
I'm gonna drag this corpse back to the skull and then attempt
Okay.
to speak with dead.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be terrifying.
I just want to note the child is terrified of all of you.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure.
but like
As well you should be.
This child.
Yue is trying to comfort him, and he's like clutching to her desperately.
She's gonna like cover his eyes as they start pulling corpses in.
Yep. It's like, guys, it's a child, guys.
There's just a couple corpses. We left the other 2 out in the sand.
It's fine.
Tori's
They'll get
gonna
their own burial.
Tori's gonna turn around and smile on her face with a bloody cactus lump in her hand. It's fine, we're not gonna hurt you. We're just, making sure that these bad men don't bother you again, aren't we? Whap!
Child's crying. Child's crying.
Adam just kind of shrugs. Well, I mean, better them than you, right?
Clutches on the Yue.
Adam's not good with kids.
None of you are good with kids. Let's be very clear.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're a terrible influence on Otto.
All
We
right.
should have known that by now, since
Which one of those choices do you choose from?
The negative. I'm gonna take -1 to casting spells.
Okay. So disadvantage to casting spells from here on out.
Until I commune next, yeah.
Yes.
Should be a long rest, which I'm guessing I won't run into more combat, so we'll see.
We
will
shall
see.
see.
But
All
yeah.
right. Okay. The corpse, his eyes open up again. It's kind of staring blankly into the sky, into the top of this tent, at the top of the skull. It's a skull, not a tent. I can remember that. But yes, ask its question. What are your questions?
what possessed you?
The demon. It promised me wealth and treasure.
And you agreed to attack a kid over it? Whap!
You hit the corpse.
Did she hit the corpse or she hit one of the other guys?
This is my corpse. Yeah, hit one of the ones who can feel pain. Why
No.
did it want?
I would have whapped the ball. Whap!
Why did it want the child's sapphires?
I don't know.
Okay. Where are the child's parents?
We killed the father.
Damn.
The mother escaped into the desert.
Hit him again.
Yeah, hit him again.
I'll let the corpse fall back onto the ground, and Tori can continue beating it with a cactus, having given us all the info it knows.
Now that I know that he's dead, I give him one more good whap, and then I whap the other ones. Murders!
I didn't do that. It was me.
You're part of the gang. You share the crime. Whap!
Ah!
All right. Well, I'll share that info with the party in case everyone wasn't around to hear it, and then I think I want to go over to the child and ask if I can see those gems again.
Child is crying into UA, is terrified, is not gonna hand them over. You should have thought of that before you scared the shit out of the child.
Well, the child should have thought about that before bringing a whole bunch of bandits to try and kill it.
I'm gonna befriend
Child.
Timmy. I've got this.
You're gonna have to wait until he calms down, because he is not calm.
I have booze.
Become calm.
You make him calm? That sounds terrible. That's awful.
What the fuck?
Actually, that's a good idea.
None of us are good with children. We've established this.
Hold on.
Lord.
I got this.
UA is good with children, so we'll not let you do that.
But
Why? What are you trying to
have
do? Why? What are you trying to do?
I have oil of target. It puts the target into a light sleep. Put him to bed.
You have a what now?
Drugging the child.
You're gonna drug the child?
Yes.
Oh my god. You guys are
Okay.
little children. I guess
Well,
do that.
okay. Well, let me just say, I'm gonna kneel over beside UA. I'm gonna have a bottle of the oil of Taggart in my hand, and I'm gonna just kind of like swish it a little, and say like, I think it's the kid's bedtime, and kind of urge her to take it.
Is he whispering this to UA or do the others hear?
I'm sure Adam could hear. He's right next to UA.
Adam just smacks his forehead. Just full on.
Does UA agree that he's terrified and he's
Hold on, I got this.
Christ, guys!
Guys.
Parlay.
Oh my god.
Hey kid, I can make all of those intrusive thoughts go away.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god. Otto, do you do anything?
The storm outside is going to take a while to calm down. Why don't we just wait for him to calm down?
The weather outside is frightful.
Yeah, but he is crying a lot, and it's kind of annoying. Just saying.
And also, there is a demon out there on the loose who's plotting vengeance on us.
Yeah, but when's that been anything new?
Well, we would just like to know what we're dealing with as soon as possible.
I mean, fair.
Oh, we can learn as soon as these guys tell us what's up with the demon. You guys know what's up with the demon, don't you? You're gonna tell us, aren't you?
Look, man.
What do you call me?
Look, ma'am. I
That's
said
right,
ma'am. I
ma'am.
said ma'am. I'm so sorry.
Listen, I'm gonna put my hand on Tori's shoulder. I'm gonna kind of urge her back, and I'm gonna say to the guys, like, I don't know how much longer I can control my friend here. You better give us something that we can use.
Okay. Hold on. Everyone, calm down. Please stop hitting me with this cactus. It hurts. My face. It hurts. Okay. So our boss, we stole some shit like a couple months ago from this caravan. He had a creepy lady in it. He stole this thing from this creepy lady. He cursed her. She cursed him, and ran away. And she had a dagger. It was a cool dagger. Not gonna lie, it seemed cool. Would have wanted it.
Cool dagger, you say?
Cool dagger. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh.
He picked it up and he started talking to it, and then he kept talking to it, and then he started looking green. His skin got really green. He started covering his face. And he got kind of meaner, I guess. Started killing guys who wouldn't listen to him. He would attack more people, and he would take them away and kill them on his own, and we wouldn't see the bodies or something. But we're pretty sure he killed them. I'm not sure. I didn't want to ask. I didn't want him to stab me. What else can I say? He still.
You can say a lot more, can't you?
What are the? He was scary. He paid more. He got more gold somehow. I don't know. What are you trying to?
Picking their pockets as they're
No,
telling you everything.
no, I've already begun digging through the pockets of the corpse since they mentioned a cool dagger.
You can just—it's a corpse. You don't have to roll for that.
Hell yeah.
You do indeed find an interesting-looking dagger. It is. It definitely made of bone. First of all, definitely made of bone. It is charred black. It is engraved with runes along its edge. It's like jagged. It's definitely just a dagger, but it's like jagged as like a hook, a pointed, and then like a curve, and then like tilts upward and to another point facing backwards.
Have I seen anything like this before?
I mean, you've seen lots of daggers. It's a fucking good dagger. It definitely looks. It's kind of.
You don't suppose I would immediately recognize...
That's a fucking magic dagger.
Okay. I was going to say, if there was anything particularly nefarious about it, I wouldn't necessarily notice immediately.
I mean, it's definitely like an assassin's dagger. It's definitely for extra for killing and painfully inflicting terrible wounds.
It's mine now.
That sounds pretty metal, and it's made of bone. I think we should take it.
No way, man. Finders keepers.
It's a bone dagger. It's ours.
No, it's a dagger. It's mine.
It's made of bone. It's ours.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I could agree to that, but I could also change your hands to paper and do scissors.
I could also cut your stupid giant ear, but I promise I won't.
Did the bandits say that the guy started acting funny after he got it?
He talked to it. That's what he
talked
said.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys shouldn't be playing with.
He's already picked it up.
dagger.
Did they say
Can
where?
I use heirloom? I don't know if it's gonna give me. I don't know. Would heirloom be of any value in this scenario?
Could you push the move out for me? No, I mean that will give you if it knows something. Let's see.
It feels very similar in composition to the spear he's using. If it was something it was that the man was talking to.
I'm just looking through a list of items here, just for see if there's anything fun here beyond what I already had in mind.
Does your spear have demons?
No, it has weird Flatus killing people in it, I guess. From what Natul said.
Okay.
It has souls.
Okay. You pick up the dagger, Lyle.
Yes.
You do not hear voices.
Yay.
So, already a win. Already a win. It feels... You're not sure how you get this impression. And Adam, this is kind of what the the sense you get through your connection to the spear. There's a sense there was something in this dagger at some point. It is not in there anymore. But like its essence is lingering in it.
Okay.
So there's a connect. There's some sort of thing that's absent from it, but there was something in it.
Hey, Lyle.
Yes, Adam?
I want you to think about this real hard.
Thinking isn't exactly my strong suit, but I'll give it a shot for you, bud.
What just escaped from the weird, creepy body?
Looked like a genie.
Uh-huh. And where do genies usually come from?
Lamps.
Not necessarily lamps, though.
Every genie that I've heard of came from a lamp, so you lost me.
Look, I can't argue with that
Then he
one.
would try to
They can
think.
come from bottles too.
I can't argue with that one. However, this still seems to have something stuck to it. Call it bad juju.
Yeah, it's called Lyle. It's stuck to it. Yoink. And Lyle's gonna put it inside his robe.
Okay. It's like weirdly cold to the touch.
It feels nice, actually.
Like, the blade is cold to the touch. The handle is fine. You're not sure exactly what it does. It's definitely magical.
Wait, can I use harmonic resonance to check out like the past of the weapon?
Theoretically.
Post me the move and we'll see if that's what you want to try to do.
I think it will automatically roll if I do this, but yes.
Well, yes, you will. Okay. You kind of peer at the dagger before Lyle can put it away. Just like a split second. That's all you have time to do, so this is why you only have a shady, fragmented image of what happened. You see a glimpse of a man in a room holding this dagger. And he's holding it privately, and like is holding it between his two hands, his hand on the hilt and his other hand holding the blade, and like leaking from the blade and the runes in it, they coalesce into this figure that like hovers over this man, speaking to him. You watch as this being's lips move and talks to this. He has long, thick horns. He's like, kind of dark and like dark blue in coloration. He's got like, he's made of energy, it looks like, but like he's kind of humanoid from the waist up. And they're like, he's speaking to the owner of the deck, this corpse, but he's not as corpse-like now. And they're talking. And then you watch this, like, the guy says something, and the thing smiles, and then like he snaps his fingers, and the guy like shakes, as like the guy the spirit kind of reaches down to open his jaw and like disappears, and then stops as like he's about to reach toward his mouth.
Oh god,
Okay.
smile demon.
It seems like they made some sort of pact. I mean, he told us that he'd promised him wealth, so seems like he had to agree before he was possessed. So, it seems like it's safe enough to hang on to. As long as you don't make any agreements with a demon.
Again, Adam, that thing that was that you felt that would be in there is missing. It is not there.
Right. But there's still some bad juju.
There is some sad juju. This is true. I mean, it's made of bone. And it's like black. And it's like covered in runes. So it looks like it looks like a assassin's dagger.
You sure you want to be leading this thing back to us, Lyle?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
I mean, what do you mean? The
Did you
genie's
not
not.
just hear what the goblin said?
The goblin says all kinds of things. She just wants my knife.
I don't think they want your knife anymore after this.
No, I don't know. It's starting to. I don't know.
He's not alright.
I think.
Even though the Glottis is out of his head, he's not alright.
I think you might just be a
He
little.
wants the dagger because he wants the dagger. That's just lying.
Would you like some peanut butter to go with all that jelly, Miss Goblin?
I was gonna say, don't look at me. I've already got a talking spear.
Yeah, this is true. You do. It does talk to you.
It
In weird
does.
ways.
Maybe I could try talking to my cool knife. Maybe it'll be nicer than you guys.
He's going to be possessed before the week is out.
Well, if it means we get to kick that thing's ass, I suppose it can. Fault
By that thing, do you mean?
Adam, Lyle's not a thing.
Yes, the thing that fucking screamed bloody murder at us before flying into the heavens.
Whatever. That went all the way up into the sky. What are the odds we'll ever see it again?
Oh, we'd better
what
hope
goes
we
up
don't
must
see
come
it
down.
again.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's not...
If the genie comes back and it doesn't just want to grant me 3 wishes, I will admit that you were right. If it does come back and it does grant me 3 wishes, though, I'm not sharing any with you. It's my genie.
Are you talking to the dagger?
No, I'm talking to Adam.
Well, it's your genie. I understand.
Alright. Just trying to keep you from getting the heebie-jeebies again. We just went through that song and dance.
Yeah, but that wasn't my fault.
He liked this.
I don't like being possessed, okay? Nothing's gonna happen. It's a perfectly safe dagger. Watch. And I was gonna take the dagger out, and he's like, ow! And he's gonna, like, prick his finger with it. He's like, okay, well, it's a mostly safe dagger.
Okay. So
If
interesting
you
thing
say
that
so.
happens when you prick your finger.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Nothing bad. This is just to give you a hint of what it does. It does cut your finger, of course. It's still a fucking dagger. But as it cuts, you notice that it's like both feels hot, but also extremely fucking cold.
Mm.
It's an icy hot dagger.
Fucking
Yeah,
reminded
it,
me
like,
of Katy
like-
Perry over here.
As soon as you cut it, it like freezes around the little cut, and then after a second, it heats up, and then like so the ice around the little wound melts immediately. It stings pretty
I got
bad.
frost on my
That would-
finger.
That would kill all that skin real fast. Fucking microwaving your flesh.
I'm just gonna say ow, and then put my finger in my mouth.
Okay, now this really sounds like a Nippona weapon. I think you should give this to me. It's made of bone and it freezes you from the inside out. That's all.
You just want my genie?
The icy hot.
Ah, yes, I want it, but he can hang on to it.
The icy hot dagger.
Alright,
So,
well,
as they are fighting over this dumb dagger, Otto is trying to coax the little boy by offering him some crackers that he pulled out of his apron.
The child looks at Otto, seeing him gently offer crackers, and Yue is smiling at him and trying to keep him calm. He's like still crying and he's sniffling. He gently takes a cracker very gingerly, and he kind of starts to nibble on it. And he's like stiffling and like just kind of clutching onto Yue because he's scared.
He's not spitting out all the sand that those crackers are definitely covered in.
They're in Otto's apron.
No,
it's
they were in a
probably fine.
pocket. They were in a pocket. It's fine. Let the child have crackers.
I just imagine they were pre-chewed crackers, like you're reaching into your chassis and like pulling out a glob of mush.
No.
It wouldn't even be mush. It would just be crumbs. He doesn't have saliva to turn it to mush.
That's true. I guess that's true.
Whap!
Whap.
Whap!
The guy with the broken nose is passed out, by the way. He was passed out.
Alright. Well, now that I've beaten these
His corpse
men...
is probably gone by now, by the way.
Good lord.
The whole thing?
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
the whole thing.
What happened to it? Did it just slide down the
Barry?
staff?
Are you saying Barry ate a whole corpse in like like however long that entire conversation took? Was that what you're saying?
Hungry.
Maybe he's very hungry. Okay. Roll me a 2d6.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's all that has happened. Barry has eaten the entire corpse, like startlingly fast. He has grown, but he hasn't grown that much. He is kind of the start of like his upper neck and like just like to his collarbone has started to form around the staff. That's it.
Cool.
So he's grown. He's got a little bigger. He's like more of your staff now. He's still
Looking
like
good there,
merged
Barry.
with it weirdly.
Yeah, you are handsome, Barry.
He nods, he nods. Now he can nod. He has a
Yeah.
neck.
Oh god.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt.
No, it's perfect.
Well,
Okay.
now that we've gotten all the information that we could have wanted and know that these guys are murderers who would murder a child over a bag of jewels, I can't really see a reason to keep you alive in good conscience. Just kind of feels like this is how it should be, you know?
Yue clears her throat, looks at Tori, glances at the child.
Isn't the child asleep?
No,
The child is definitely not asleep.
Yue did not let him do that.
Hmm. I guess we'll have to let you go. One at a time.
So upset.
You'll spend the rest of your life in my dungeon.
Looks like you could use a cell in a dungeon.
For the rest of your days.
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. We
Not
want you.
attack kids anymore.
I don't know. I don't think that, you know, you could have more buddies. You could always run up on us. We're a bunch of strangers. Easily identifiable across... as outside of the regular people you'll see out here in the desert. I don't really think that's a good idea, do you?
One guy starts crying. The other guy's like, "Come on, man. We won't go back to our gang. We'll just go deeper into the desert. How about that? We'll just go deeper into the desert."
Do you repent?
You're not gonna get any sympathy from me.
Other guy starts to cry.
Hold on. I think there's a solution that would make everybody happy.
There's two crying guys. Look at you.
How much money you guys got?
They deflate, and they like kind of turn themselves so their coin purses are pointed out.
Well, I was going to take the coin purses from the three guys and count what's inside.
Let's see. We're just doing gold, so between the three of them, they have about 60 gold.
60 gold,
They
you
raised-
fucking peasants.
That's a lot. That's a lot, actually,
Whatever.
for normal
That's
people.
not a lot.
I feel like they could be doing better, but okay.
They're also mooks. To be fair,
Well, I was
to
going
have
to
that
count
much
the
in
money.
all is a lot.
They
Usually
did
like-
have the sapphires that the kid took too, so they were doing okay.
Well, I guess this is a pretty good amount, I guess. Do they have any more knives on them?
Well, the unconscious guy dropped both his knives in the desert, so buried in sand. The guy who got his knife broken has a knife on him, kind of tucked where he can't quite reach it, and then he kind of quickly just points to, just kind of opens it like, just shake it, man, just don't kill me.
I'm going to take the knife from that guy. What about the third guy?
Third guy had both his daggers out, so I imagine you've already taken them, and you dropped them in the desert.
Okay, well. No other weapons on them?
No.
Okay,
I might have
so
some needles, but like they're just kind of normal needles. You could use them.
like
but-
Senbon needles, or like, you know,
No,
they like to get high needles, or sewing needles?
Kind of sewing needles that you could use theoretically.
Hmm.
They're not super well equipped, though they had a lot of money. You get the impression they didn't expect this was trouble.
I thought it was an easy gig.
They sure did.
I'll just sighs, and he's like, alright, well. I guess we could let
Take
him
whatever
go.
you want. You can take whatever you want. Just let's go.
Well, I don't know. I suppose it would be in poor taste for us to come into House Cat with that much blood on our hands.
We've done enough.
I suppose if we didn't just slaughter all of you and brought some back alive, tell the story of how we saved a child that your gang tried to slay and take his money and slayed his father and sent his mother off into the wild of the desert. It might be a good bargaining chip.
I guess we don't have to kill them. We could probably just leave them tied up here. Maybe they get loose. Maybe sand crawlers eat them.
No, I don't want to leave them here. I think they need to be turned over to the authorities if you're not going to let me do anything about it.
Just don't kill us, man. Just don't kill us.
We're not going to kill you. At most, we'll leave you to starve.
No, dude, that's basically killing us. Just turn us in. I'd rather go to jail.
Alright, we'll take you to jail if it'll make you happy.
They're both crying.
Yes, cry tears of joy.
The
Wait,
child is not crying. He's just sniffling.
I don't know. I'll bet you we could probably make lifelong allies out of these guys like we did Yasuo, the last guy we tied up. What are your guys' names?
Yes.
Good job, Monzer.
Yasuo is a different case.
Fuck you. We're not naming these guys. We're gonna start closing this out.
Okay,
Don't get to know their names.
you're Greg, you're
Gary,
Joel.
Greg.
That's right. There's a Gary.
No, Gary's dead. You killed
Fuck.
Gary. He was the
Definitely
first to
killed Gary.
die.
I have names for these guys. Their names are Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Okay. You guys henceforth will be known as Larry, Curly, and Mo. You can fight amongst yourselves. to decide who will be named what. I would prefer if you do quarrel amongst yourselves, you comically poke each other in the eyes and call each other chowderheads. You are our friends now. You will be loyal to us. We don't have a sick bird mask for you guys yet, but we'll work on that.
They just nod in agreement.
Collectively, you shall be known as Yasuo Jr.
Jesus.
I don't know what that means.
The kid is Yasuo Jr. It's
The
still
kid-
daytime. We don't have to stay
What
here
the
tonight or
kid's
anything,
name,
do
yeah.
we? Can't we roll out now?
I mean,
Mm,
there's still a
we have a sandstorm,
Sandstorm.
and it was getting late, so I think we're stuck here at least overnight.
Damn.
It is not late.
What was the kid's name? Did we get that?
You did not. You did not.
We've not
get his
gotten Timmy's name.
Scared.
All right. Well, hopefully UA gets it, because we're all scary.
Gazelle walks over and offers a berry to the kid.
Ori, the scariest, is going to look over at the kid. Hey, what's your name?
Okay. His name is Hoku.
Hoku?
Hoku. Typing it. Typing it.
Hoku.
Tori is going to drop the piece of cactus that she is still holding on to. And she's going to slowly come over and just kind of kneel down at eye level with Hoku. Alright, tell me what your mom looks like.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna go into a description because it's not currently relevant.
Okay.
I will give you a picture.
Oh, okay.
DnZV, what he describes. Which will be her token. That's what she looks like. That's what he describes.
Pretty.
Alright.
Sandy-haired goat lady. Gotcha.
Nice to
Soon
meet you,
as-
Hoku. My name is Frank Colombo.
Frank Colombo.
As soon as this storm's gone, I'm gonna go look for your mom.
You call me Frankie, or Frankie Colombo.
While the others get you to safety.
Fuck.
No, you're coming with us.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're friends now. Okay, we'll argue about this later. For now, Sandstorm.
Also, session end?
Yes. This is,
So-
I'm trying. I'm
can
trying to
we-
end the session.
Can we eat some
No,
cactus?
We will keep
More.
going forever.
More
Screw
session.
you, evil voice in the sky.
More dice rolls.
Fuck you! I'll make Barry grow into a man.
I'm
Yes.
gonna roll.
Barry,
Handsome
man.
man.
My familiar now.
Man, Barry. Our 7th party member. To replace Way.
Okay. So as the sandstorm rages and slowly begins to ebb, we zoom out and just kind of await what will come next. As you approach, you will soon approach Nisrat to find
House cat.
Niscat. Niscat?
House
Nisrat?
cat. House cat.
House cat. House cat. To find the control unit that dwells within the city. Wherever the fuck that is. In any case. Yeah. So that will be where we end off for tonight.
Good spot, I think.
Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody.
Yay!
Woo.
Yeah.
Experience?
That was a good session.
It was.
Thanks for letting us hit stuff.
You're welcome. In any case, you all will get. Let's see here. I'm just running through my brain. Phone? Kinda. Location? Yes. Did you change first? No. 2 XP for everybody.
Yay. 3 because I failed miserably.
Correct! Well, I mean, a win's a win.
And we level up at our level +7.
hmm
Gotcha.
When you have downtime.
Of course. I'm
And
still
I'm going to
a little ways out.
I'm gonna make this a bit more explicit. Downtime would be like you're in town and you're not attempting to do anything specific for like a significant portion of time. So like a day of downtime.
So
To
it's
be
just resting to wait out the storm doesn't count.
Correct.
Gotcha.
You'd
Fair.
have to get to town and just chill for a day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because we're camped in the wild.
Has to be proper
Yeah,
rest.
camped in the wild and in a fucking storm, and there are very clearly things in the desert who might want to try to kill you,
Obviously.
Duly noted.
including the skeleton you're in right now.
Right now, don't eat us.
No.
Oh no, not skeleton magic.
How it eats you.
Not the skeletons.
It's okay. I'll break the ribs.
Break more ribs. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and probably stop the recording there.
Sounds good. Bye, YouTube.
All right.
Bye. YouTube.
Goodbye,
Bye,
YouTube.
Smell you later.
Smell you later, nerds.
Bye bye.
Bye.